Seems like a lot of tracks have come out in the past week. It's time for yet another track review right here on Beyond ARTV. Ariana Grande, the new lead single from her upcoming album Moonlight, called Focus. She's been teasing it for the past 3 weeks or so leading up to its October 30th release date, and if you haven't heard the song yet, then definitely click the link down below. You can go stream it either on YouTube or on Spotify. Now, my first thoughts whenever I was listening to it, I thought it sounded very similar to her lead single Problem from her last album My Everything in a lot of ways. Of course, it had a big build-up to kind of a unexpected instrumentation maybe for a pop song, throwing in some saxes on, of course, Problem. And here on this new one, we've got some of that outside instrumentation and influence once again, and I like that aspect of the song. It's very catchy, and it's not something that you hear in your typical pop song, so I have to give props to the production there. But something that I found really annoying about this song right off the bat is Mystical. What I am understanding is Mystical on the hook of this thing, even though he's not credited, kind of like Big Sean doing the whispered vocals on Problem. Now, I'll admit that I had to give this song more listens than maybe I would give a typical track, just because I knew how Problem set in with me and how much I ended up loving that song. And it's not that I ever hated it or had a distaste for it at first, it's just that it took a little bit for the whispered chorus to really set in, and then of course it had more of an explosive payoff in the second half of the hook, but still. Now, Mystical, if you know anything about him, I don't know a ton myself, but I know he was featured on the Mark Ronson album that came out earlier this year, and I couldn't stand him on his track that he was on. I feel right in this motherfucker. And it was just that. Over and over again. It was loud, it was obnoxious, and that's how I feel about the hook on this thing. Even 10 listens in on this song, I just don't feel like Focus is something that I necessarily would see him fitting on. And just an Ariana Grande pairing with Mystical in general just doesn't seem like it would work out well. And it doesn't. The hook on this thing is one of the most annoying pop hooks I've heard all year long. Focus on me! Focus on me! I guess I don't find it as off-putting as I did the first time I heard it, and it's not going to be something that I'm like, oh, well, I'm never going to listen to this song again just because it's that annoying. It's not, and I'm not going to be dramatic and say that it is, but it is kind of a grating thing that's going to hurt the replay factor for the song, for me at least. I don't think the rest of the song is anything particularly amazing. I think that she can definitely do better. Her voice, of course, as always, sounds nice here, but I don't think she's showing off her range as much as she has even on moments like Problem on the last album. I hate to keep comparing it to that song, but she really stretched the range, especially towards the end of the track. And I do feel like this is almost kind of a replication of the success of that song, down to a certain extent. They were like, alright, well this worked, we had a sax on that one, so let's bring in some other instruments, a brass section on this track that maybe we wouldn't typically hear, and bring in something that you don't typically hear in the chorus, like whispers last time, and now we're hearing shouting. And I don't know. It leaves me with mixed feelings. Overall, the rest of the song, the verses, I mean, they're not anything super special, but I think they're pretty catchy, and I'm definitely going to give them kudos for that. Overall, I have to say that I am enjoying the song more and more the more I hear it. So I'm going to say 3.5 out of 5 for this new track from Ariana. What do you guys think of Focus? There was a big hype around the song just because she was teasing it to her fans. I didn't listen to any of the previews because I don't mess with that shit. Nobody's got time for previews. Why not just listen to the full song whenever it comes out instead of judging little 10-second portions of the song like so many fans seem to do? Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel for future track reviews, and I will see you guys very soon right here on Beyond ARTV.